Hi guys, it's Carissa, and I'm looking super glamorous right now, so I figured I would film a video. It's been a while since I've sat down and talked with you. I hope you are doing well. I hope that you are enjoying May, because it is flying by. I feel like I'm not the only one who feels that way. I've seen a lot of that online. People just feeling betrayed by how quickly May is how quickly May is going. Sorry, Lucy's being ferocious in the background. So I am using Maybelline Dream Wonder foundation right now. Not super happy about it, but I am still in pursuit of a new foundation. Basically just one that has not been tested on animals. I have tried, I guess I tried to go the drugstore route first. I have tried both of these e.l.f. tinted moisturizers. They're both colors that I don't even think human skin is, at least not mine. I've tried this NYX HD Studio Photogenic Foundation. Honestly, this was super disappointing, really expensive, and I have the same problem with this as I do these products, which is this is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and this is the Sonia Kashuk Perfecting Luminous Foundation. Okay, these all have a super dewy finish. I don't mind a dewy finish. I actually kind of like it. But what I mean by dewy finish, I guess, actually I shouldn't even say that. They're all sticky as hell. They never seem to dry. And I don't like to set foundation with powder because then it looks like, my skin looks awful if I ever have to put powder on a product to set it. Because it starts to separate and it looks like the powder starts to look closer to people than the rest of my face. I become one of those magic eye pictures where you're like, what, does she have some kind of mural in her face? And I just have to like stare at it and cross my eyes and then I'll see what it is. Because that is how my skin looks when I wear something like that. I don't know what it is. I've tried each of them with different moisturizers, and I did it most of the time, most days, just as a normal routine. It's not like I tried it for a minute and decided I didn't like it. Although I could tell with each one of them, as I was applying them, that I didn't like them. And they gummed up my brushes really badly. Just made everything else that I put on after that look like I put it over baby oil or something. I don't know. So I'm a little disappointed because I don't want to be using something that's been tested on animals. Let's face it, foundation is kind of a difficult thing to purchase. Yes, I was using the Naked Skin Urban Decay foundation for a while. That actually does the same exact thing. That one might be the worst of all. I don't know, actually, this one might have been. I might have to play Foundation Fairy and give those away to someone if there's anybody that I know that has a similar skin color who also likes who likes molasses foundation, I guess. I don't know. These should be ready. Oh, I have to tell you, I just used a new shampoo and then I just ran and bought 2 more of them because it's limited edition and now I'm scared to not have it, which is a really bad thing to get involved in if you have seen my Instagram and my Thermosilk conditioner obsession lately. But I just posted, so you probably already saw it. I just tried a shampoo that I got in a monthly subscription box. It's a soap box called Baby Corn Soaps, and I don't even know what to say right now. I couldn't believe how nice my hair felt. It felt like I didn't need conditioner. That's how good the shampoo was. And it actually lathered a lot more than I thought it would, but not, you know, obviously enough to make my hair feel dry. I hope that becomes popular enough where she keeps making it because, wow, it's amazing. So my hair feels really super soft right now. Well, today is a glorious and momentous day, because today is cycle day 1, which I thought wasn't happening this month, to be honest. It was starting to get a little scary. I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm just hanging out with Mike, so maybe I won't do too full a face here. I always say, I always say that, and then it looks like I'm doing a drag show. This is the Urban Decay Flushed in Streak. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's cycle day 1. So if you saw my personal update and you thought to yourself, whoa, dramatic much? That has been my life for the last 2 weeks waiting for my period. I have been miserable. I have been moody and bloated and had mild cramping, but not the kind of cramping that seems like your period's coming. I've been a little bit constipated even. You're welcome for sharing. And it just kind of feels like, you know, those days when you're just on the edge, where everything bothers you, where you can't wait to see your husband, and then the second he gets home, the way he exhales out of his nostrils makes you just like, oh, go back to work. You know what I mean? And you want nothing more than human contact, but human contact makes you nuts. So it's been hard. I mean, I hate to boo-hoo about that, but as much as I don't enjoy having a period, boy, do I really not enjoy feeling like a ball of hormones to no end. I wasn't sleeping well. I was having, you know, keto nightmares, which keto nightmares, if you don't know, a good sign that your body is in ketosis and is in like a fat burning mode is if you have nightmares, which is probably one of the worst side effects to a positive thing. I guess it's the worst one I've experienced, let me put it that way. Other than sometimes your breath tastes like nail polish remover. That also happens. But, you know, you'll have these really vibrant, vivid, memorable dreams. I kind of tend to do that anyway. But when I'm, you know, really, really being strict and careful with my carbs, and by strict, I mean just under 20 grams of carbs, because I don't pay attention to calories or anything else. But I will have these dreams, and they all elaborately revolve around needing to pee, because I do. I usually need to pee and I'm sleeping, so I'm dreaming about needing to pee, and I know I'm dreaming, but it still keeps going. My favorite one my sister ever told me she had was that David Hasselhoff wanted to have sex with her, but her dad wouldn't let him. I asked her if it was 90s Hasselhoff or present day, and she said she couldn't tell the difference. I feel like a shampoo commercial right now. And this is not Thermosilk right now. This is all from that shampoo that I used, because I used this Paul Mitchell. I brought this in here to put in my empties, which I really need to do. But this is the Color Protect Daily Conditioner. This has made my hair feel like hay every time I've used it. I'm glad I got a tiny one, just to see if I liked it. I used to use Paul Mitchell stuff all the time, and I feel like lately whenever I try it, I'm disappointed, so. But look at my hair. It's been looking rough lately. Oh my gosh. You need this. If you have really coarse hair that feels like hell because you just bleached it, or because you choose to straighten it, or any of the stuff you shouldn't do, especially if it's humid out in the summertime, you should try this. It smells just a little bit like coconutty flowers to me. I gotta deal with this right here. What's that? It's ruining everything. The other night, the dream that I had was probably the most elaborate one. Mike had bought us a house to surprise me, and I walked in it, and he was showing it to me, and it was kind of like a dilapidated mansion. It was like, it was very Money Pit style, okay? Like, it really needed to be fixed up. And he was so excited. He had already moved all of our stuff into it, so I kind of just went with it and was like, okay, show me around. Well, as he's showing me around, all I could think about was, when are we getting to the bathroom, because I have to pee. And for some reason, this is the first time in a long time I didn't know I was dreaming. So he said something like, oh, I haven't seen the bathroom yet. Let me find it for you. And we went to the top of this giant staircase that had all these different levels to it. And at the very top of the staircase, just out in the open, was a shower. But you could tell that you couldn't get to the shower because there was three whole rows of stairs missing from the staircase. And you could see that there was no toilet. There was a hole where the toilet was supposed to be. So I was yelling at him, and I was like, even if the stairs were there, there's no toilet, and I can't even pee in the shower because there's because there's no stairs, whatever. And that was the dream I had. And when I told him about it in the morning, he acted like I was making it up because he doesn't remember his dreams. Unless they're really, really bad dreams. He doesn't really experience. Sometimes I feel bad for people who don't experience dreams, but then other times I don't feel like I had a full night's rest because I've had so much going on when I was sleeping. So I've been really enjoying these Makeup Geek eyeshadows, except for one of them. This is Beaches and Cream, which I feel like is a staple to the line. And it's so orange on me. It's so... I'd put it on right now to show you, but I don't want to. It just doesn't look good on my skin tone. It really doesn't seem like it would be a problem. Anyway, I have the foiled shadows, and then I hand-picked these. I think these were the original ones, and then I hand-picked some of these. This color here, this high tea, it's fantastic. It's a really nice, cool shade. I think I might also regret this one because it's a little too warm for me, and I think that's preppy. Yeah, I'm going to put high tea on all over so you can see it. This is not the right brush to be doing this with, but it's already covered in it, so let me just do that. So I had my weigh-in this morning, and I'm down 1.5 pounds, which is good. That's really good. That's more than I thought I would have lost. But I'm not yet to my all-time lowest since I started. My all-time lowest was about 1.5 pounds from here. So I'm really hoping that I make up for that next week. It would be really nice if I could start off June out of the 240s. That would be so nice. I don't know if that's possible. What am I going to do now? What should I do with that? I kind of want to put this purple over it. See if that goes on. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Wow, that's really nice. Very good quality. What's that one called? Caitlin Rose. I'm also going to use some of this Kat Von D autograph liner. This is the brown one. Napolitano. I used to never ever put anything under my eye, on my lower lid. I hated the way it looked on me, and I didn't like to have to watch it all the time and make sure it wasn't smearing and all that. I still don't love that. I'm still not really used to having to check on it. Every now and then I have a stray something going on, but now if I don't do it, I feel like my face looks wrong. I can tell it's getting to be about that time. Chelsea calls it the witching hour in her house. You know, when your pets all start to act like they need to remind you that they're hungry. Because you wouldn't have fed them otherwise, you know. You know how that goes. Is anybody going to the movies this weekend? Look, it is finally getting to the part of the year where there's movies that I want to see. I remember my end of the year favorites, I told you guys how much I enjoyed going to the movies, and there was nothing. Seriously, from like Christmas time until a couple weeks ago, there was nothing that I wanted to see until Age of Ultron came out. And then Mike and I have been wanting to see the new Mad Max movie, so we'll probably go to that next week. And then Jurassic World, and I think there's some other stuff that for some reason I can't think of off the top of my head. But seriously, up until this month, it has been so disappointing. And last year was such a good year for movies. Stacy and I were going. Oh, speaking of that, my sister and I went to the movies. And we just really wanted to go. So we wanted to take a chance and just see something. We looked at what was playing, and there was something called the D Train. So we were like, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? And neither of us had. We didn't watch the preview or anything, which part of me wonders if that would have mattered. I'm not saying I regret seeing it, but let me just put it this way. If you haven't seen it, it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy. And it has Jack Black and Catherine Hahn and what's that one guy's name? James Marsden. And we just read the synopsis and we're like, oh, it's a comedy, you know, let's go. Let's just see it. Well, there's this one aspect, there's this one part that's a very, like, uncomfortable, we thought, joke in the movie. And I thought it was just never going to get brought up again. But it turns out it was what the whole rest of the movie was about. And it just was really awkward. I mean, it was still funny, but kind of shocked us. There was only one other couple in the theater, and they looked incredibly conservative, and I was surprised they stayed for the whole thing, because they were a lot older than us, and they weren't laughing as much as we were. So if you have seen that, let me know what you thought of it. It was funny. Really good soundtrack, if you ask me. So I've been having this really weird identity crisis with my clothing lately. I don't know if you guys can tell. I just feel like, okay, I'm not doing as well at thrift stores anymore. And I think the reason is because of the seasons. I think when it's sweater weather, you can get away with things that are maybe ill-fitting or oversized or I don't know. I also think that there's just a much better selection for some reason than there is this time of year, because I've been several times and I've walked out with pretty much nothing. I mean, compared to how I used to do. I'm also in this really awkward place right now where I've lost weight in some spots, but feel like I haven't at all in others. So I feel like my stomach and my torso are so much rounder and more pronounced than they used to be. And whereas before I would have a little bit more going on to help balance that out, I guess. So I don't even know what to dress myself in anymore. My old standby, which used to be some kind of a fitted, like a tank top or a t-shirt underneath some kind of a cardigan, that doesn't work for me because my shoulders and chest must be so much smaller and my stomach isn't really any smaller. So if I put a cardigan on, I can't button it or anything, so it's really big and kind of hangs over on top, but the bottom splits open, so it kind of hangs this way on me. Do you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't look good at all. It looks really bad. So I'm trying to just, I don't know. I think I'm going to start considering doing my shopping different places and just trying on things that I've never tried on before. I bought a dress and a skirt for the first time in years. Granted, they're very casual. The skirt's just a cloth Cynthia Rowley something or other from Marshall's. And the dress was from Old Navy, and it's kind of sloppy on me, actually. Everything seems to accentuate how apple-shaped I am now. I'm more apple-shaped than ever before. I feel like I look like that guy. Was he in the Tootsie Roll commercial or something? I'll try and find a picture of what I'm thinking of. You know that guy on those commercials, the drawing. It was shaped like me. You use the Makeup Monster's Sedona liquid lipstick. There aren't a ton of good options for plus-size clothing. And a lot of it is so expensive. I guess if I put this much on, I might as well contour a little bit. I don't really fit into Old Navy's regular sizes or plus sizes. I'm kind of between both of those. And the plus sizes aren't in store anyway, so you have to kind of take a risk and hope that it fits you when you order online. Otherwise, it's kind of a pain. Target's plus size section is awful. I know they just revamped it, but I feel like I hate it every time I'm there, which makes me sad because it used to be, I don't know, I used to do pretty well there. I'm thinking about trying Gwynnie B. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do dressing myself. I feel like I'm fine around the house. I just bought a bunch of men's t-shirts at Target, but, you know, and I can wear those with jeans or, you know, if I'm working, just yoga pants. But if I have to go out into society, into the real world, I feel like I don't know how to dress myself anymore. Wine, 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 right? Shut up. Have you guys been watching Broad City? So funny. So funny. Just want to mouth kiss those girls and thank them for the really good comedy because I enjoy it so much. Now I feel like I went too far. I'm just going to sit here and put makeup on until it's time to feed the animals. Just get it in your hair. And I don't even drink. How about that? Could you imagine if I was swirling around a glass of red wine, you know, the real dark stuff that makes your teeth like purple, and being crazy, looking crazy. Well, my phone just decided that it was sick of listening to me complain, I think, and it stopped recording. No, I had to delete a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I forget to go through and delete things. I can't imagine if I had kids because I take so many pictures of my cats in the same position but from like 30 different angles, and all the rest of my dogs and the squirrels in my yard that are eating out of the bird feeders, and just there is so much terrible amateur photography that goes on in my phone. And I don't know if you guys have a photo sharing site, not sharing, just a photo storage site that you like. I will pay for a photo storage site. I don't care. I really should start making photo books. I always tell people to do that and I never do it myself. I'm gonna go feed Normal. It's been fun. I'll talk to you later.